Then the doctor, that means the author, James Herriot, he reached Mrs. Pumphrey's house and he noticed that Tricky, he was motionless, he was lying silently, calm and quiet, and he was looking very weak because he already vomited. He was not taking his food also. So the author suggested Mrs. Pumphrey that Tricky should be hospitalized because there is no option. When Mrs. Pumphrey and other household helpers, Tricky's caretakers, they are also Tricky's caretakers, they became emotional. But there was no alternate. So the doctor, he brought Tricky to his clinic or hospital, and Tricky was lying on the bed silently. He was not responding. The doctor, he checked Tricky properly, and for 2 days, Tricky was on liquid diet. That means on water or other liquid diet. So the doctor already told Mrs. Pumphrey that Tricky will have to be in the hospital for a fortnight. That means for 2 weeks. He is taking Tricky to his clinic, and Tricky will be there for 2 weeks minimum till he will be fine. So 2 days already have been passed. On the 3rd day, Tricky was making low sound. That means he was crying in low voice. That means he was responding. And he was trying to walk, but briskly. B-R-I-S-K-L-Y. That means he was not walking in a proper way. That means balance was not there. He was lacking balance in unbalanced manner. But the doctor was sure that Tricky was going well. That means he was responding and he is doing well. On the 3rd day, Tricky, he started taking food also, because he was under full, you can say that, observation of the doctor or the author. Time to time, doctor, he was monitoring Tricky. As a veterinary doctor, he was monitoring Tricky. He was giving the diet. The helpers of the clinic, they were also monitoring Tricky, and gradually Tricky was improving, and now Tricky has become an energetic and muscle dog. After few days, he has improved a lot. He is jumping, he is playing with other hunting dogs in the clinic. So doctor is also in a satisfactory mood. He is also satisfied that at last he has reached his goal. And now, meanwhile, students, Mrs. Pumphrey regularly, she used to call the doctor. She used to inquire about Tricky because she was very much worried about him, and it was the doctor's duty to give her feedback time to time to satisfy her queries. So the days was passing like this, and at last the doctor finally, he found that Tricky, now fit and fine, hale and hearty dog and eating properly according to the diet. So the doctor now decides to call Mrs. Pumphrey to take Tricky back to his own home.